you have to go through a process of calibration. So one of the things that you do is, like any interactive whiteboard, you have to go through an orientation process. So what happens is the screen is brought up like this, and you go through reorientation to make sure you have calibrated it correctly. And again, let's do our 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Checking that out again, that's better down that side. We have quite an accurate orientation on all points of the board. Now, you're effectively using a giant touchscreen at this stage. You have all the control of the mouse. Being an electronic pen, you're able to bring up a right mouse click at any stage to bring up your menu screens on the board. You do not have to press anything else. You're able to do that straight away. You have the function, therefore, of being able to open anything you like by right mouse clicking. You can also try double clicking to try and bring things up. So you have all the accuracy and all the control of your normal mouse. And you can work it like a normal mouse. If you have existing software, such as, for example, a PowerPoint, it is very easy to use the controls of a PowerPoint. And we will just get our presentation underway. And then, basically, as you would normally with the PowerPoint, you can just click and work your way through slide after slide. Users of PowerPoint will be aware that there are already some built-in annotation tools into PowerPoint. So you have a ballpoint function where you can use a ballpoint pen. You change those colours should you need to in PowerPoint. The other thing that you can do is you have a highlighter in PowerPoint. So if there are certain things you need to bring up, they're already saved directly into PowerPoint. So when you go to end your show, you get the option of keeping or discarding any of the annotations that you want there. We'll just discard those for now. Similarly with Word, you can use Microsoft Word. You can use any of the applications you already use with your software. You just are now enabling it in a teacher mode. You can present to people very, very easily. I'm now going to demonstrate the Ipboard software, which is this software that you can see on the right-hand side of the screen. What I'm going to do here is just show you how the software works, and you have some functionality. Before, we were using the mouse mode. Now, we are going on to look at some of the other modes. And very quickly, you can use the annotation mode, which gives us the benefit of using pens or whatever else we need on to the screen. So what I'm going to do now is simply write on the screen using the Ipboard software. Now, I have a very, very thick writing at the moment, so what I need to do is change the pen width and come down to something which is a little bit thinner. And you get to see that we can use the software and control things directly onto the desktop. We can switch between the mouse and the annotation mode very, very quickly. It's also possible to save those pages into the software. What we are now going to do is we are going to look at some pre-prepared slides that we have made using the Ipboard software. So just like any software, it is easy to go back and use a file command and open the file that we have prepared before. So if we bring that up, we will bring up a list of the files that we have prepared before and browse as you normally would. However, in my case, what I have done is pre-prepared some slides, and they are already there, so I can go window mode, and that will take me to the slides that I have pre-prepared before. If I am not on the right page, I can choose the page views to navigate to whichever page I want to in a set of pre-prepared slides. This is the page I'm after, so with page 1, we are ready to cover some other features of the Ipboard software. One of the first things that teachers will be wanting to do, or anybody using the Ipboard software, they'll be very interested in writing on the board in the normal way, just using a pen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to launch a new page, and you will see that it is very, very easy to choose the pens and start writing. It defaults to a standard thin black pen, but there are other pens that we can choose, so we can configure these custom pens and we can just write on a screen very, very easily just from opening the Ipboard software. you have a choice of many different pens that you can use. You can use highlighter pens. And the thing about the highlighter pen is you can change the transparency of the highlighter pen. So if you needed to write with a deeper mode or to go over and highlight deeper, you can do that. You also have two specialist pens that come up as a default. You have a flat pen, which when given thickness enables you to do some flat writing like this. You also have a brush pen, which can be used in methods such as calligraphy, if you happen to be writing those, going for those characters. Again, let me choose thickness, so I accentuate the effect of the brush pen. Now you will see the sort of effect of using the brush pen. The next tool that people obviously want to use with an IP board will be the text tool. And you'll be interested in being able to type text up on a screen so that people can see it. There are numerous ways in which you can put text onto a screen. There is, when you click, you actually open up an edit bar and you're able to enter text. But straight away up on the board, there aren't ways in which you can directly put text up there. But you can choose a soft keyboard for doing so. When you bring up the soft keyboard and it is active in your text section, you can just simply type away. So whatever you type goes straight into there. The other options for entering text might be a wireless keyboard that you have out in your presentation area, your classroom. The other option is to go directly to the keyboard of the host computer and type into there. There is also handwriting recognition, which we will cover later. But your text elements just become elements like anything else. You can select them, you can move them, you can change their colour, you can rotate them. You can resize them. And of course, you can choose to edit them again, change their font, or anything else about the text quite easily. The last thing I'll say about text is hyperlinking. It is entirely possible to create text that is hyperlinked, meaning that what you do is you click on it to take yourself out to a website if you have the internet connected, and it goes directly to a website. The next thing that is important is the fact that we have a series of shapes, because as well as drawing with a pen and drawing with text, what we want to do is be able to put shapes on the board very quickly and easily. And in the IP board, there are a series of shapes that you can draw with at any stage. Just by selecting one and then clicking and drawing out, we can draw whatever shape we like onto the board. Filling a shape is very, very easy because you have a fill tool. You can choose to fill. You just choose simply a colour that you want to fill with. We choose a colour we would like to fill with, and then it's simply a matter of clicking to fill. Any solid shape will be filled very quickly, very easily, and we can still manipulate those shapes. The other thing is a series of lines that we can choose, and we have a chance to choose arrows as well as broken lines or straight lines. We can control the thickness as we normally would with anything else, and we can very quickly and easily draw those lines pointing to things. After the shapes is